Hi there, Jeffrey Rhoades from Experimental Homesteader, Exotic Gardening, and Richcherson.com. Please subscribe, hit that join button, join our membership. Charlie has a new bone he's working on right now.
A T-bone.
This is actually the second T-bone bone that he's working on. Sheri gave him hers first. I gave him mine after. He's still working on mine. I think hers is completely gone at this point. He goes after the bones and he just, devours them. But yes, we had T-bones for dinner tonight. We cooked them out on the grill. We used the Kingsford sage, basil, and thyme charcoal again. We did some baked potatoes in the grill. We did some corn, home canned corn, wrapped up in foil and put in the coals. And then we did 2 types of steak and some hot dogs. The hot dogs are my lunch tomorrow. The other steaks are tomorrow's dinner. We figured, might as well do a couple of meals at a time on the grill. And, but the T-bones turned out pretty good, or at least mine did. I kind of caught Sheri's on fire. But she likes...
Sure did.
She likes her meat well done anyways.
Not that well done.
Okay, so I charcoaled it a little bit. But at least there was no pink on the inside of it for her to be upset about. But yeah, I kind of...
I had black on the inside to be upset about.
I got distracted a little bit and I let the steaks catch on fire. One of the rib steaks is also blackened, maybe not quite as bad as the T-bone was. The other rib steak is probably about like my T-bone was tonight. A little dunner than what I prefer, but still very tasty. I even ate the steak without steak sauce. Normally I use A1, but tonight I just ate the steak plain, and it had a really good flavor. A little dry, but was very, very good. The potatoes turned out okay. Hers, once again, was a little black on the outside. It got cooked a little bit too long. Mine turned out okay though. And it was a toss-up as to who was going to get which potatoes, so it was just, luck of the draw. Was out early today. We had to go to Matter Park this morning and water a couple of gardens because Sheri has rejoined garden club and she got volunteered to start watering a couple of gardens. So we went this morning to see how long it was going to take to water the gardens, which the issue was the fact that the closest hose, the water source for it, had no water pressure. It was basically a trickle of water, just not enough really to do much. One person was suggesting just, laying the hose in the garden bed and turning the water on and just leaving it and letting it run for a couple hours. But we weren't really wanting to do things that way. The other garden, the hose for it, water source was excellent, plenty of pressure. And we finally figured out that we could run that hose over to the other garden, or at least close to it. We could get 1/2 of what we were trying to water with that hose. So that'll probably be the method used from here on out. But it was kind of a pain. And it's actually a garden that really needs some attention, needs some TLC, and it's an important little garden out there. But we came home afterwards, and I got busy with the chainsaw again, and I've been clearing out all of the weed trees, working my way through areas at a time, and I'm making some progress. It's slow going, because of just how many trees we have. Plus, early on, I was having problems getting my brush pile burning good. Once we got it going, it tore through everything. We've almost got nothing left out there in the burn area, which is a good thing, because it's in the back driveway, and where I'd put it and everything, it was blocking things up where we couldn't get the lawnmower out, we couldn't get a truck in. It was just in the way. But we've got it burnt down to almost nothing at this point. There's a little bit of metal debris that we'll have to rake out of the ashes, but nothing too terribly, horrible out there. But I'm making some progress, getting trees cut down. I'm getting ready to get over into what used to be the bird garden. We have a whole forest over there. I'm just working my way through and trying to get rid of stuff that's in the way, and that's making things look worse than they are. Because once I clear out the trees, it makes it a lot easier to get in there with the weed eater and knock down all the weeds, and then we can get back out there eventually with our sawzall and take the stumps down to the ground. Because right now I've left some stumps that are, probably about 3 to 4 inches high, because I didn't want to, it's hard to get all the way down to the ground with a chainsaw. So we've got some stumps, but we'll work on getting those cleared out again later on. We went up and looked at the big garden. It's not doing real well. We're not real happy with the situation up there. Big part of that is because of the groundhog, or I should say groundhogs. But we're working on that situation. Hopefully we can get rid of all of them, and maybe get some new seed and replant some stuff. Because initially we were looking at, not being able to do that, because what we were finding in the way of seed was overpriced and just not what we really wanted. But earlier today, Sheri found a potential source for some seeds that was reasonably priced. So we may be getting some more seed to, try to replant some stuff, and hopefully get the garden straightened out and get rid of the pests that we have. be able to do okay. So now the cold frame, the stuff in it is just doing phenomenally. She has done 4 harvestings of chard out there. We have a tomato plant that is just absolutely loaded with tomatoes, and it has more flowers. So, you know, there's probably, what would you guess, 30 tomatoes on it right now?
20 or 30, definitely.
And another like 20 flowers.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is just outstanding, you know, just massive production. And so we're just waiting for them to ripen, and we're going to have, you know, a good amount of tomatoes just from one plant.
Somewhere we have a picture. Here we go. We have a picture we can show. Right here. And you can't even see it all. But right there. That's one side.
One side of the plant, so it's
And
doing really
as you
well.
move around the plant, you see more and more and more.
So
It's crazy.
But anyways, I think that's going to do it for tonight. So once again, please subscribe, give us thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below, and we will see everybody tomorrow. Stay safe out there.